All right. Welcome to Watopian Weekly, Season 5, Episode 4. Today, we're on video, we're on audio, we are here. We are the Watopian Weekly is a podcast for Zwifters, cyclists, and everyone else. Each week, we are here to discuss all things Zwift, life, and beyond. My name is Dustin, and with me is... Here he is. The guy who's converting his gravel bike into a mountain bike, slowly but surely. The guy that pushes limits of traction on and off the trail. The destroyer of dreams and the fulfiller of fantasies. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Josh! Hey, Josh, how are you?
Good. Questionable intro, but good.
What? I don't know about that. You've definitely helped a lot of people this week, I think. So, yeah. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, joining us today. The guy who's using this time to get out of the Gabby Cat movie just because he's more of a dog person. The guy who lays down watts like a picnic blanket on an English countryside. Gentle, yet effective. He rides for distortion, but is on loan to win for other teams. The FRR coordinator and the FRR hype man, James. Woo! James, it's good to see you.
Hi. I'd like to say I did turn the Gabby Cat movie down, but I'll be brutally honest, I wasn't even offered a ticket.
Oh! Well, the lady who I live with who smells so nice and my daughter went to go see it last week and they loved it. So they said it was really funny. So and I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's really good. So we'll have to watch it on Amazon Prime, do like what do they call a watch party thing? I've never successfully done one of those, but Josh, you can come too. I know you're more of a dog person. But...
Yeah, I am.
Yes, just 3 grown men watching a Gabby Cat movie. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's good to see you guys. I mean, how's everything been going?
It's good. This I'm pleased to report no crashes this week and
no crashes this week, Josh.
In outdoor riding, so
yeah, we should talk about this
because it's a good thing.
Yes, Josh is. You gotta. Yeah, Josh. We'll start with our weekly catch up because Josh, you gotta post a picture of your bike too. By the way, it looks awesome. I love that. Well, okay, you talk about it, but the bar tape. I don't know how you picked that bar tape, but that is excellent.
Yeah, just the Amazon special, the first Supakas. I can't
Supercast.
Supercast. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Butchered that name, but it's rewrap the handlebars. So as Dustin was alluding to, my monster gravel bike is basically a mountain bike with drop bars.
Yeah,
has 2.2-inch tires, I think. Suspension lockout, dropper post, all that good stuff. So it's
man, yeah,
it's a beast. Nice to ride.
It's a mountain bike.
I gotta say, like when you were saying suspension lockout's a super good thing. Like tried it out yesterday, and man, that was worth a good like 1 to 1.5 miles an hour on.
Oh, definitely
on the pavement for sure. Like,
yeah,
for real, it made quite a difference.
Yeah, it really does. And then you can use it too, like when you're climbing. Well, like I like mine out when I'm climbing. I'm climbing
I mean I definitely notice a huge difference there too, because not like bouncing.
Yeah.
Bouncing the front tire off the ground.
And then do you have is that an air sprung fork or is that a spring in there?
I think it's just air fork.
Okay. Yeah, and did you get it all pumped up and everything for you and stuff? And
nope, don't have a clue on how it works. Not gonna pretend how it works.
Well, that's okay.
Didn't even realize the whole mountain biking realm is a mystery to me. I'm not super familiar with it, not very well read. So I didn't even realize that the fork I got had a remote lockout only, or that there was even a difference. I just assumed like, oh yeah,
Yeah, right.
They literally don't make lockouts for drop bars. So I just assumed I could reach down and turn it. Well, no.
Yeah, which
no.
I have that on mine. It's okay, but it's
not to be.
Yeah.
That is not a thing on the fork I got. So yeah, learned that the hard way and had to jerry rig some fanciness with the accessory handlebar mount that looks kind of strange, but it works okay.
Well, you need to have the same handlebars that James doesn't have these on his because you have a Canyon Grail, right? But if you had the biplane handlebars, that would have been perfect. You could do that.
Yeah, the double deckers.
Yeah, have you ridden those before, James? Or they didn't come with your bike, or did you change them out? Or
No, they didn't come in mine. I if I could have done, I'd have opted against them. I went and saw somebody had them, and they just looked like a way of snapping your wrists if you on the bottom bar.
Right. I've never seen him in person. I've only ever seen him on that bike, and you don't really hear about it anymore.
Looks like the Wright brothers airplane is what it looks like. About ready to take flight.
They haven't standard test of time, have they? Unfortunately,
right. There's lots of stuff like that hasn't. But oh man, well, and then so Josh, you made it though. You didn't crash into anything. You didn't hit any curbs at the wrong angle.
Didn't crash. Yeah, it was on a historic run of, what was it, like 3 years or whatever, with getting back into cycling and no crashes, no incidents, no nothing. Then a month where it crashed 3 times
just every week. Yeah.
And then now I'm scot-free.
Yeah.
No injuries, no nothing.
That's good, man. Yeah, because you got really hurt the last time. I know, so you're okay though.
Well, not really. I mean, it was just like road rash and stuff. But
yeah, but that's tough, which is another reason why we Zwift, right?
Yeah.
So
Zwift, it wouldn't have happened on Zwift.
Yeah. Oh man. And whoa, there goes my mic. And so here we go. Anyway, well, what about you? I know my mic is like, it's all wobbly here. I'll fix that while we talk to James. James, what about you, man? You've been doing lots of stuff this week.
I was going to say I've had a very quiet week on Zwift.
No way. Oh my gosh! If anybody follows James on either Zwift or on Strava, you will see he has been put in some major stuff. Go ahead, James.
So I've been participating, not been competing, participating in the FRR Tour France this week, and also raced in the ZRL. And we had the Coalition Ladder Party, which we'll talk about later. So I had a look at my numbers. So I've done 407 kilometers this week on Zwift. So it was like 253 miles. So
that's this week.
That's just this week. It's when I looked at it yesterday, Strava was telling me it's a 148% increase on my weekly riding. So I took my Garmin watch off actually because I looked at it on day one and it was saying it's going to take me about 2 weeks to recover. I was like, that isn't happening from that side. So it's been quite a busy week. Obviously finished the tour. We'll talk about that in a bit as well. But I'm pleased about that. I do have, which I haven't sort of told you, I do have a nice bottle of champagne, which I'll be opening on podcast and celebrating both my success and everyone else who's taken part in the tour. So ZRL was good. That was a bit brutal up the Pain Cave climb. Obviously racing for a different team, so that was good. And been busy. I think we've got the Super 6 series starting on Friday, so we're just finalising some of the teams around that. And again, sort of we'll talk a little bit about it more later on when we talk about Flamouge racing as well.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. I want to do that. all my Fridays are booked, so that looks so cool. The Super 6 stuff. I love the idea that there's just like you're the sprinter today, or you're the climber. That's awesome. But well, that's great, man. So I don't think I've ever had champagne before. Probably I have, but that's actual champagne, not Welch's grape juice, which is usually what I have.
But, I'll open it and make those noise and try not to pop the cork too far over all the IT kit in the room.
Yeah, or don't hit yourself in the eye. All right, here we go. Yeah, as I still cannot believe that. Do you remember seeing that? Was that Gourmet that hit himself in the eye?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Boy, here we go. And even with the clouds of are you going to share that with? Yeah,
barely heard anything at all.
but it's there. Oh, look at that. Well, I only have water. Is that bad luck to toast with water? But I'll toast with water. But it's because it's early for us. Yeah,
it is. Sorry, it's afternoon for me, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to everyone who's been racing in the FR Tour. Well done to those who have been at the business end. And from there was about 3,750 riders globally that were racing. So well done to them. And good luck for Tour Britannia that's coming up.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
So I think the challenge is, can I drink an entire bottle of champagne during the podcast?
Yeah, I think you could do it. Yeah. You got to be able to. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, and that what kind of champagne is that? It's got to be what is it?
I've got a bottle of Laurent Perrier.
Okay. I'm gonna pretend like I know what that is, but
it's a reasonable French champagne. I should give you all the details. I do know more about it, but I won't. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. I only know beer, but and water. This water is clear water, and it's very nice. It's not sparkling, but yeah. Well, cool. Well, for me, this week I've been working on. I've been finally getting back into racing some more and getting back into being on Zwift because I've been. I still have been doing some workouts, but it's been they've been a little bit. My week has just been compressed with work and everything. Work gets in the way of my biking so much, and then
is Coach Cat mad at you for that?
And he's not mad at me, but he just said he was disappointed. So yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I think his the direct quote from Coach Cat was, "I find your lack of OTS disturbing," and no, it's been okay. But I've been putting in some work on those, and on this, oh my gosh! So this week, on Tuesday, we did ZRL, which I know we're going to talk a little bit more about that. That was fun, but it was good. That the pain cave thing, which we'll talk about that. But I thought for sure I had it sewn up. Man, I did not. And my race plan did not get executed correctly. But then later on Wednesday we played. So the day after ZRL, we played a team. So Coalition Unararium, Uranium. It doesn't matter. Whatever, the U team. We raced rhinos, and it was an interesting race. It was on Yorkshire, the Royal Pump Room, which I don't get to Yorkshire enough, and I always forget about how fun it is, and especially even those climbs. I know the climbs, are they really fun? They're fun when you think about them afterward, but not when you're on them. But I did
Yorkshire forward and reverse, right?
Forward and reverse, yeah.
Great fun.
Yes. Yeah. So we went through this thing, and it was 5 versus 5, and I thought AI predicted me to win, and I don't know where those AI predictions are coming from. Is that internally? Do we have that data, or how does that come in, or is that just someone asking ChatGPT?
No, it's very simple. You take every rider, their current velo score, take the adjusted velo for the handicaps. On the course type, sort by descending order.
Okay, so it's actual intelligence, not artificial intelligence. Okay, all right. Well, that works. All right. Well, so it was predicting simple math. Simple math. Okay, it was predicting me to win, which I was very surprised that anybody would pick me to win for anything. I've barely won at bingo.
They believed in you to lead them to the promised land. So.
Yeah, that's right. So I was like. And everybody else is faster on my team, but I must be it was me and Nat Nat and I, we're the climbers on our team. And so Nat, she is her and I and you, Josh, we all raced DRS. Was that last year or last spring or whenever it was? But whenever we raced DRS together, it was really fun. She was there too, and she was super fast. Anyway, so I thought for sure, it was going to be her and I we're gonna work really hard and go up to the front. And she had a trainer issue, the trainer dropout, and so then Nat was like 35 seconds behind, and kudos to the other team because they're like, is Nat okay? And we texted back, no, she's got a trainer out. Can we just neutral it for a little bit or train her out. So and they totally did. So and then we brought her back, and then they even gave us like a minute or so, and then we were able to continue on. So that was super cool. Fair play. Loved that. That was really nice of them to do that. So because they didn't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But so great sportsmanship, whatever. Anyway, it's a friendship. But whatever. Anyway, we had a great time, and then we were waiting for an attack because DJ on our team has excellent tactics. And he told us when to attack, so we did, and we just kept on increasing it slowly. It wasn't like a watt bomb, and man, that worked. We started popping people off the back. Unfortunately, I couldn't stop. I had to keep on going because if I would have stopped or gone any slower, I think I would have started going backwards. So I ended up so it was just Nat and myself and one other and one of the Rhino riders, and then. On the climbs, and then I just kept on going, and I ended up dropping everybody, and I took the win. Hey, all right, so super happy about that.
Team win too?
Yeah, team win as well. I think we won like 33-20 or something, or 22 or something. It was great. So super fun. I did not expect that. So I was super happy about that. And then also I went mountain biking with my friend Glenn. Shout out to Glenn. He's like mountain biking Yoda. He even uses like very confusing words to help me jump over things. But I did catch some air. Oh my gosh! I wish we would have had some video of that. But like we were going over.
He did a backflip too. Right?
Essentially, it was a backflip, but I think it was 2 to 3 inches off the ground. It was definitely terrifying because we were going over these doubles. Do you guys know much about jump park stuff and everything, or? No, nah, I'm not. No, me neither. So I know that. So tabletops are like, you have this big, you go up over it, and then it's like a tabletop, and then there's like a landing, right? So you have a takeoff and a landing. So that's a tabletop, and then you have doubles, and doubles are like a tabletop, but with nothing in the middle. So it kind of messes with your brain more, and sometimes you can like manual the doubles, and I only did that by accident. And
so which one of these did you do the backflip over?
It was the double, and the only thing oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. It was not actually a backflip, but it was just I had enough speed, and like I kept on braking before it, and he's like, you can't brake, you got to go, you just got to like kind of stand up over him. Yeah, full send. And he's like, what's the worst thing you're going to do? You're going to case the jump. And like, you're right. That's the worst thing I'm going to do. There was a completely safe, like, run out. I would just hit the ground or something like that. It would be fine. I'm wearing a helmet. So anyway, we go over this thing, and like, that first time that I actually went over it, I didn't brake, and your bike, I'm like, he pointed out that your bike is going to fly over this jump whether you're on it or not. If you brake, it's going to stop. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's it. And it's just a mind thing. Anyway, I went up and over this jump, and I'm like, that's all I want to do. So we did that like 10 times. It was super fun. And I survived. And then we went down the downhill track, and like that was insane and scary. And there's this big sign that says jump ahead, like that's like a 5-foot drop. And oh my gosh, I used all 180 millimeters of my rotor, slammed on the brake, and took the route around because it's man, that was terrifying. So
you white knuckle this whole thing down.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
guessing, yeah.
yes. But I can't wait to do it again because it was awesome and scary. And but then you see like these 11-year-old kids just flying off these things, and it's like they don't have to pay for their own health insurance, but yeah. All right.
Well,
anyway,
I think next time you do it, I want to see you over that 5-foot jump, and I've got this vision of ET as you fly across the moon and land.
It's like that, but with a really heavy nosedive, into the ground. Oh my gosh, I feel like that jump should be sponsored by the local bike shop because people just destroying their wheels on it. But man, it is. I'm just not good at that stuff. I don't know if I'm just too scared. I think. Yeah. Well, anyway. Oh, then the other thing I will mention. I know I've talked a long time here, but my last week I teased this that I was going to actually work on lubing up my freewheel and everything, and that worked. I totally did it. Like that is like huge for me. Like taking everything apart. The hardest part was getting the dust caps off my hub, but then once I got them off and I was able to get in there and lube everything up, it was awesome. I can't believe it. So proud of myself.
Yeah. Any DIY anything. Always take double the amount of time that you think it's going to take. So
yep,
if it works the first time, that's It's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't believe it. And then I went and took apart some other wheels because I was like, hey, now I can do that. And then I lost some bearings, so I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to get some more bearings on some stuff.
You don't need those.
No. I mean, it says 9, but do you really need 9 in there? No.
Nah.
So yeah, I got to do that. But yeah,
You got 3. That's more than enough.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's making a really grindy sound. It's fine. But yeah, James, how's you're converting your bike? You've got you're converting your old bike into a gravel bike. How's that been going, by the way?
Yeah, I've completely left it. It's sort of
Oh,
3/4 finished. I've got to do the bar tape. The front wheel, I was hoping the tubeless tape was okay, and it's not. So I'm going to have to take it off and put that back on again. And then
yeah.
I've just got it's got tram rival access on there, so I've just got to
Oh,
stick it on effectively on a bike stand, and then just get the gears all synced and linked together. So I think in a couple of weeks' time, I have a bit of time. I'll just do that. It's probably about a day of faffing around. You know, it should take about 5 minutes. It's going to take me all
yeah.
day. That's how the world works.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
how any DIY anything works every
Absolutely,
time.
absolutely. So I need to get that. Once I've done that, then I can actually probably go out and ride it, which would be quite nice.
Yeah, it will be.
But I've got my vision. I've already got my visions on the next project, which potentially is a titanium bike. So that's what I'm
Ooh,
thinking
sounds
on.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that SRAM Axis though is awesome. Like I have that on my mountain bike, and it's just incredible. It's yeah, and Josh, you've got that on the new Cutthroat, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, it's good. And also I've got it on Mode Canyon anyway. So in a way, what I'm just doing is using my replacement parts or having a backup when I really do smash one up that I can swap it out as well. So, and
Right.
it's another couple of batteries which I keep. There must be somewhere in the house where there's about 7 SRAM batteries lying around. I don't know where they are, so I'm gonna have to have a bit of a search for them.
And I have a top tip here from Smith's Bike Shop, from the head mechanic. He told me that when you charge up your access things, and then don't leave the batteries on the bike. He said to take the batteries off, put them in a place where you know there are, so you don't lose them. But he said they'll last longer because I've definitely done the thing where like, oh, I'm going to go for a mountain bike ride, and then my batteries are dead. So so that's a good tip. I need to take mine off, but but I didn't know that. All right, so. We should definitely move on here to talk about some of our main talking points here. And I know we've been busy this week, it seems like, right? But it's all been great. It's been great. And I got to say the virtual shifting, which I know we all enjoy, has definitely been a gear changer. Okay. Hey. Okay. But before we get into ZRL and everything, how do I know that how it's been explained to me that how the lady I live with who smells so nice and my daughter, how they figure out that it's race night. But how do they feel? How do the people at your houses know that it's race night or race day? Are there certain indications?
Well, I'll just go with like the easy answer is I just put it on the calendar, a shared calendar.
I have it on the calendar too. That's really funny.
There's no like fancy indications otherwise, sadly.
Oh man,
there's usually for me it's there's the jeopardy beforehand of covering some of our Maya teams, making sure we've got 6 riders out. So there's that usual few swear words because we're having some last minute dropouts. It's a mild panic, usually about 45 minutes before the race, because either myself or my wife are stuck in traffic trying to get back in time. So warm up to ZRL races tend to be non-existent, if that makes sense. And that just is the general pattern. You know, if I'm lucky and working from home like I am this Tuesday, it'll be like a breeze. But there's usually again, it goes on the board. Like Tuesday nights are locked in. Don't do anything else. Don't even go away. You know, and doing anything, and then try and sort of go from there. If that makes sense.
Yeah. You know, because I usually have like 2 hours between work and between the rest or between the race. That's about it. And one of those half an hours has to be the warm up. But I know we were talking about this the other day because I usually do I don't know why I get nervous about these races, but I do get nervous, and then I end up doing I'll be doing laundry, I'll be making dinner for everybody that I don't get to eat, because it's I don't get to eat till afterward because I throw up or something while we're riding, and so I'm just getting all this stuff done. I don't know if they like it here where I live because I'll clean everything just because I'm doing all this nervous stuff trying to get this thing done. And usually people just my wife and daughter usually just kind of stay out of my way or whatever. I had my daughter pick my socks, which by the way, she picked out my socks and I won that ladder race, so I gotta have her do that every race.
Now you have superstition.
Yes, yep, that's right. So now I got to have her pick my socks every time. And I don't care if they match at all. It doesn't matter. Just you pick them. I think that's going to be good. But yeah, but
I think my family have just accepted them in this weird cult on a Tuesday night, and they know where I am. They, they're sort of, he's all right, he's safe, and they just leave me to it. If that makes sense. There is sometimes they were at the beginning coming in and asked me how I was doing, which never really got the response they're looking for. So they just don't bother now. When you finish, you come out and they'll go, "How did you get on?" And then occasionally I say,
"Emerge from the cave."
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. I get the same thing. But then we also have my wife was talking about how it seems like every Tuesday the smoke alarm goes off at our house, and she's like, "That's why." It's usually because I'll make I don't know, I like Brussels sprouts. I know it's a weird kind of recovery food, but I'll put Brussels sprouts and maybe a veggie burger and French fries in the air fryer, put them in the air fryer, go take a shower, and then by the time I come out, everything's cooked, right? I think that's a great idea, but I think something fell in the back of the air fryer that it's it catches on fire or something. I don't know. Either way, I know when it's done when the smoke alarm goes off. So, yeah. I got to get that just figured out.
Yeah, you're ready to race when your house is on fire.
I make sure I save it first, and then I get out of the house. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, so let's talk about ZRL though. So ZRL this week, I mean, that was or last week, going up the pain cave thing. I thought for sure I was feeling so good that I felt like I was going to win. That did not happen for me. I got 21st. And I know I alluded to this earlier, but going up that last into the pain cavern, I was like, oh boy, here we go. And I was just sad climbing the whole thing, but it turns out everybody else was too. And because at the end, that last sprint was probably I don't even know. It wasn't even that long, was it, James? It wasn't. I mean, and then I just got passed.
It depends where you went. It depends where you went from, doesn't it? Because I ended up having not a full sprint, but effectively 600-700 watts out the top of the pain cabin and trying to hold it across the bridge, and then progressively bits of me fell off. And a couple of people went past me, but I had a similar thing. We got onto the pain cabin and got onto the last third. I deployed my feather, feeling very smug in the front group, expecting to, as I said, hog away from everyone and wave at them in the distance.
Right. So did I.
Yeah, got half a wheel. I got to the front, but half a wheel, and I was like, "Oh dear, I might have just burnt all my matches." But managed to. I think everyone else was cooked as well, so we got over through out of the pain cabin, and then it was just who had anything left, and I ended up finishing third, so I was really happy to get on the podium.
That's awesome.
I was blown; my legs had gone at that point. So
any podium finish is a good victory though.
Yeah, and absolutely. And it's just the problem is when you get that close, you're sort of like, oh, what could I have done to do it differently? But no, it was a good race. I was racing for Caliber, Coalition Caliber, who we sort of had trouble getting the full team out. So I sort of loaned myself out to there. So Amy's been coordinating it and she's been amazing. So she ended up finishing fifth, which was a fantastic fifth. She finished 10th, which was a fantastic result. But whenever she was talking on Discord, she just sounded really calm, cool, and collected. And it's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, I don't get that. I've raced with several people that can just. It sounds like they're on a sales call or something like that. Yes, I would like that. And then but just laying down the watts, I don't get it. I'm usually very much heavy breathing, and I know Josh is too. But although Josh is pretty calm too, actually. I don't know. I mean, if you listen to any of Josh's streams, like I don't know, do you have like a heavy breathing filter on yours or something like that?
Nah. It's because I'm too used to just yapping the entire time.
Well, yeah. Well, this week though, and I know Josh, you've been doing lots of ladder racing too. So during all this time, so I know you didn't do ZRL.
You bet. No ZRL for me, but yes, ladder.
Yes, ladder. I know, and ladder's been taken off too, which we're going to talk about that too. But let's look at this route for this week. So this is the like going up the Jarvis. It's the Jarvis Seaside Sprint, which this is the one that is just for ZRL. It hasn't been released yet. I'm sure this is going to make an excellent ladder course too. I would guess, just because of the way all the segments are there. Which Josh, that you think that'll be released soon, right? Probably after ZRL for us to race on.
Probably sometime after that. But yeah. looks like a good one.
Yeah, it definitely does. And like it's still going over Jarvis Island, which I still cannot believe that was like what everybody did, millions of kilometers on, with that was Zwift. That was it, so, and if, a friendly reminder, if you have not done Jarvis Island at all, go out and do it in a free ride, because, when you're in the race and they start doing the animation and everything,
it'll be earthquake.
Yeah, the earthquake and stuff, which is super cool. I don't want to spoil it for you. Definitely go out and do that. But if it's during the race, that could be a little off-putting. We're like, because it zooms out and like, where's everybody going? What's going on? And your screen shakes and stuff. It's pretty cool, but but anyway,
I'm not an OG Zwifter, so when I think the first time I was doing it was in a ladder race, and I was like, what in the world is going on here? And it was a little it was cool, like you said, but not recommended during a race. That's your first time there.
Definitely, it's going to be in the sprint segment as well. So if you are watching that, you're going to know no idea where you are from that.
Right. Right.
I think it's going to be a really interesting route for the points. You've got some real tactics to play on. You go through that sprint just onto Jarvis Island, and then you're straight into the climb, and it's
right.
It's a real balance about what you do, because it was interesting the last points race, because where they've changed the way points races work, they're more similar to what I'd say is FRR. So it's not necessarily about your out and out sprint, it's about where you are in that front group. And if you get dropped from that front group, you are absolutely knackered. So it's like, how do you stay in that group? And you're going to have people going full gas for the sprint who are going to hit the climb, and then it's going to blow up. It's like, so where do you burn your matches? And how do you maintain your position in that front group without dropping on the climb? Because that will separate. I think most races you're going to see a separation of the front group on the climb. It's not massively long, but it's punchy enough you can put holes in people.
Yeah, and
FTS really isn't worth the effort and matches nowadays, it seems. So unless you're in that front group, like you said, James, I wouldn't even bother trying to get FTS just because it's not really worth it.
Having made that mistake in the first points race of first across the line through the segment, and I think third on FTS, and promptly blew up massively. It's like, won't be doing that one again.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm planning on going all in on the KOM, but that's just because that's probably the only thing I can do. But I don't know. I'll probably contest everything.
Dustin's a climber now.
I'm a climber now, I guess, ever since I won on Wednesday. But the whole thing, I get sucked into the doggone sprints though. Everybody goes, I go. I don't know. I need to just stop, but.
Well, it's hard. I mean, you have to at least do something to stay in the mix, though. So it's not as though like hey,
that's
even
true.
if you're not trying to contest FTS or something, you still got to burn some matches just to stay in the group. So
that's a good point.
And it's a very fine line about how many you burn. Having spent a week of getting it very wrong in FRR. It's a fine line, because if you do get separation, you might get back on, but you're not going to get up to the bite at the front. And it's that time and effort, because FTS is a bit of a waste of time, if that makes sense. So it's going to be interesting. I'm tempted to watch a few of the earlier races in the day, just to see how they play out and what people do. Because in my head, it's a similar thing to like last week. It's like, and all of this week has been in my head. I have the perfect tactics that I want to be able to execute. Never happens that way, and you need to be as flexible with how you're feeling and what happens on there.
Hey, that's half the fun, James, is strategizing with your team and talking a bunch of tactics and bike selection and all that, only for that to go out the window in the first 3 minutes of the race.
Yeah. And last week's scratch race, I thought it was interesting how it's like, it's a scratch race when everyone's willing to stay together and no one is going off the front, trying to get FAL or anything. So this will be interesting. So laps or A and B are doing 3 laps, and we're C and D. I'm only doing 2 laps, which is that's gonna be good too. But yeah, do we? What do you think? Do you go all in on the first lap, or do you try and save it for the second lap, or just I don't know.
Well, I think I must admit I'm very glad. Again, I'm not a B or a cat rider, because 2's more than enough. It's difficult. I think the problem is, if I was in the same race as you and you're going all in first lap, you've got to match it. So you've just got to see how everyone else is doing. My personal preference would be to light it up on the second lap after the sort of 3/4 into the sprint, and then just go and try and get separation over the climb to look to sprint down the descent and then go for the finish line points. But again, it's just how it plays out. But you want to be in that front group. You want to be trying to sneak as many points as you can without killing yourself. And it's that fine balance on it from that side. Because it's that interval and repeat efforts over a short space of time. So you're going to be degrading everyone. It's just who's going to be the strongest going up that climb the second time round, in my mind.
Yeah.
So.
That's a good idea though, to really go through start halfway through the sprint and just go for it, just because they're so close. The sprint and the KOM. So that's going to be interesting. I gotta make sure I do one of the recon rides, just because I need to remember how close they are. I remember them being close, but I just want to feel how close they are, if that makes sense. But yeah.
I'm sort of going on the view that we'll wing it on the day and then instantly regret that. If that makes sense.
Definitely. Well, so we've got that going on, and then we also have to talk about how do you guys feel about the shorter rounds and everything? I mean, how is there's only 4 races this time, and I think for each one of the rounds, how are you feeling about that?
I think this round has felt very much like a warm up, get you back into the swing of things. I'm pretty sure the other ones have got 6 races, so I'll just double check on that now. I don't like the 4, but I do like the fact. Well, I do like the fact we've only done 1 time trial, even though we're going to do another one because of the mess it was the first time around. So, and I get slightly annoyed at the lack of variety of types of racing, which is why I see other formats such as ladder and FRR providing something different out there. And while I think the difference in, where they tried to change some of the point structures, so that is valuable, I just don't think they've gone far enough for this stage.
Yeah. And Josh, are you getting FOMO at all? Are you going to be joining the second round? What do you think?
I'll be honest. I thought for sure I would get FOMO, but I haven't. So
yeah,
I'm fine using this as a rest day. Because obviously there's not much going on Tuesday because everyone's doing ZRL except for me.
Everyone except for Josh. No, there are other people too, but
I'm doing 2 a week ladder racing instead.
And you've been riding a lot out. You've been riding a lot outdoors.
Yeah,
too,
it's still. We've had more warm weather.
I know
at the tail end of September, and it's unusual, but not that I'm complaining.
Right. Yeah, because Josh is in Michigan, I'm in Minnesota, and we've got similar weather. You probably get more snow than I do just because of your location. But man, it has been nice to be outside and do some of that stuff. But I get FOMO from not doing Zwift though even when I'm outside though. I know that's kind of weird, but because I see everybody else doing stuff like James is doing all these FRR things, which is a perfect segue into FRR here. James, would you mind talking a little bit about how you completed the Tour of France and with your French champagne, and how you're so looking forward to this, and then Tour Britannia is coming up soon, right? It should be. Yeah.
Yeah, and before we segue quickly into that,
Sure.
yeah, the ZRL is all 4 races per round. I didn't realise that, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not necessarily a fan of that. But FR Tour
Yeah.
France, what has that been? It's supposed to, Rich listen to the people, which he always does, which is really good. He's really
Yeah.
positive about taking on feedback and going from there. So the Tour France was supposed to be the soft way into the FRR Tour series with not as much climbing. However, the 3 times I've been up the Petty KOM, it's killed me each time. So two up the segment way and one up the other way, and it's murdered me in the races. So I sort of scuppered any GC aspirations pretty quickly. But it's been really good. As I said, there's been over 3,750 riders participating. The stage 8 is still ongoing today. It's the first time out of all the stages that I've done one in a morning, actually. Because in a morning at a sensible time, because I have raced 3 of the stages after midnight, and
which is just crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I think the one positive thing about the way Rich schedules the timings is you can fit them around your day, no matter how busy you are. And this has been the busiest week of work for me. It just is operationally, it's just really busy. I work at a university in the UK. This has been our start of the academic year. It's been absolutely nuts. So where we've been able to do is fit in around family time, fit in around sort of work commitments. It's been really tough. So I think there's a number of riders who have just completed it. So that is a fantastic achievement in itself, myself included. And there's some people who've done ridiculous amounts of effort. There's been a lot of people catching up, which is a real positive sign because they're really pushing. And yeah, I've seen some amazing performances over the 9 days. So it's been, really good. And we've said that we've been coalition. The teams have done really well. We're hopeful that we can just sneak onto the podium on the men's team today. So if anybody's still racing, good luck. And we'll cross-reference the results afterwards. Now, we do have Tour Britannia coming up at the beginning of November, which similar distance. It's about 320-ish kilometres. Might be a little bit less than that. But whereas Tour France, I think, was 1,800 metres worth of climbing, Tour Britannia is about 5,000 meters of climbing. Now, obviously, me living in the UK, I'm not sure where Richard's found those climbing meters from, but he has. I think it's just repeated loops of Yorkshire and Scotland, so it's going to be tough, and the Surrey Hills as well. So looking forward to that. I think walk some form into it from that side. So, but yeah, I think it's really the fact there've been so many people racing in it and across all the times, it's been really impressive from that side. And then on the FRR side, we've also got the Super 6 series kicking off on Friday. So I reached out to Rich just to see if he had, a bit of a message for the a special message for the Watopian Weekly audience. And he gave one back to me. So the message he wanted to provide about the Super 6 was that it's a different level of rider engagement, strategy and test against a rider that in theory should be more closely matched than every other racing series. And he pointed out that while the other time zones are sort of building, it's the first round. Europe is really going to show the other areas what is possible. Was his quote? Let me come back from there. So, and they're also going to be live streaming the European time zone through ZMS on Friday. Right. So looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
And I think with the success and the take up there, hopefully Rich and also the teams within Coalition can build on that as well, and we can see that expanding out. I very much see it. If you touching with Josh, is when Ladder started, it was only a few teams, and look at how much it's grown, and look at how well it's taken from there. I think the format's really interesting. I think the first race around the Royal Pumphrey Mate in Yorkshire, not my favourite course,
I know,
being a points race. The segments and the roles that riders have to play, and also the wildcard challenge of you need to place in the first top 10 over the sprint forward segment, provides a really interesting dynamic and how teams take that forward. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. I think it could be quite exciting. I'm just hoping I'm not well, I'm the team captain of my team. I'm definitely not going to be the wild card person. So I try and choose the easiest route for me possible from that side. So I'm really interested to see how it goes. I want to see it grow. I think it's something different. I think it's really positive from that side.
Yeah.
And I think it's been really interesting to see, Coalition, we've got 11 teams in it. We've got about 65 riders. There's a little bit push to try and get a few more sort of signed up. And I think it will grow. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see how it is. But yeah, Friday night and when it all kicks off.
Yeah, that's for sure. And
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know. It is awesome, and I love the format and everything. And exactly, just that, finding other things outside of ZRL or just a regular race that you would join in on the companion app. It gives you different incentives to finish and different incentives to participate and different strategy to participate. It's really good. Yeah, and speaking of the ladder stuff, I mean, just like you were talking about. Josh, how many teams when we started ladder? Was it probably last year or was it last winter? I mean, like we've been talking about ladder for years, but it hasn't really taken off in the United States. Probably in our time zones, probably maybe last year. I feel now it's like you can do like 5 ladder races a week.
Yeah, we're in a good spot now, but I think. I think when I originally took over as Coalition's head ladder captain, I think we internally only had like 2 or 3 teams. In Coalition. Now we have 15.
Yeah,
and 193 riders last I checked. So tons of people across like APAC, women's, Americas, EMEA. So it's definitely grown a lot, and I think with that has attracted some other clubs to join in too. So it's definitely nice.
Yeah. And it has been that extra format and stuff, and like I think more and more people are seeing that benefit too, because it's something different. It's so you can't hide. You have to participate. You can't just sit in the pack. You have to I have to put down 205 watts considerably most times. It's too much, But
hey, but you did win. And,
I know. I still cannot believe that. I really cannot believe that. I don't know how it would happen, but I just couldn't stop. That was all. I just couldn't.
We did a bit of departure. Normally our races we like always choose like flat or rolling courses.
Yeah,
that's just what the power profiles are for almost everyone on our team. Sans maybe like 2. So we chose like volcano climb, even though like it not our strength or anything. So that was ill-advised. Definitely lost that one, but it was fun. Then we did a Bologna time trial.
Oh, I saw that. What? Yeah, that is like the worst. Oh, the worst.
Yeah,
course
and
ever.
it's not like a technically like quote unquote legal ladder course, but both teams wanted to try something different and outside of the box, so we kind of aligned on, hey, let's just do the Bologna TT lap, and I mean, super short race. It was like less than 20 minutes because it's not
like 5 miles,
long.
right?
Yeah.
Or something,
it's like 5.5, 6 miles, something like that. But yeah. Straight up.
Straight up. Oh my gosh.
Won by a point.
Wow. Good work.
It's a vicious, but it shows that innovation that you're able to, with the teams, to be able to do that. And I think the ladder's been really interesting for the spin-offs, which we'll touch on the ladder party. But we've done some internal races, which we wouldn't necessarily be able to do across the other teams. And there's been other activities around that. We're going to be doing an in real life meetup with Coalition Xeon next year, which we're really looking forward to.
Cool.
Because I'm going to just try and rip everyone's legs off and then give up. So give away my tactics there a little bit. So
tell them you're rolling out at zone 2, then smash like 800 watts.
We've seen some of the behaviour of my teammates yesterday, which was unsporting from that side.
Oh man, yeah. What happened in the ladder party? So that was who all was invited? How did it come about? And where's the live stream so people can watch or the restream?
We did have 16 apiece. So
wow,
that was a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like 16 on 16.
Wow. And so what all teams were invited? I guess that's a better way to put it.
Well, I think everyone was invited, but
Okay.
yeah, we had I think Tom and Chris on Coalition were kind of the ones who planned this whole thing and sort of divided up the teams by roughly equivalent, velo
Okay.
and stuff like that, and try to keep people who are race together and ladder on the same teams and whatnot. So a bit of a balancing act there, but did 2 laps of outer Scotland and kind of did a neutralized start, and then everyone just at the first banner, everyone just decided to like blast up to the moon.
You can definitely see it on Josh's feed and also Chris's feed, and he went off straight as soon as it went through the banner. He was like, "I am gone." And from my point of view, from the start to the banner, I was already averaging, I think it was like 4.4 watts. And then when they went through that, I was like, "Oh, this is game over from that point of view." And it just went.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah,
but,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think some of the stronger folks like Nils and folks on like Scything and better teams than I'm on probably only didn't contest the finish because they were riding like BMX bikes or the Buffalo bikes.
Oh, that's awesome.
There was a good spread of sort of people riding silly bikes. I must admit, my decision making on going on the Buffalo bike was around, it'll be easier. I ended up for about one stage pushing more watts than I really wanted to. And I was like, why don't I ride a sensible bike? Because it's just killing me anyway from that point of view. And I wish I'd put myself on the BMX bike, actually, because it just looked cooler in game.
I still don't have that one. I got to get that one. Oh, man, it's too late.
Fair play to Chris being on the Atomic Cruiser and still be contesting the sprint in that final area. That must have, I'd like to see his numbers from that perspective. But no, it's good. I think it was great that we had everyone, a real mix of people from the club who could make it. I said, but we ended up with sort of 32 riders out there on a Saturday who'd given up their time to do it. It was good fun. I think the feedback is we want to do something again. So we'll throw out the gauntlet on what can be achieved from that perspective. But I think anyone who didn't ride a silly bike should be put on something really silly, and then I am given a fully spec'd up whatever bike and a 5-inch SR.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I'll ride the hand cycle next time.
Yeah. It was good fun. It was good fun. I think everyone enjoyed it from that side, and I think where both Tom and Chris had divvied up the teams, we didn't really have anyone. There was always someone racing someone, if that made sense. I think that was from my side looking at it, was the one sort of nervousness around that. But yeah, I enjoyed it. To be fair, I wouldn't want to do it in the middle of an FRR series if that's possible.
Really.
Because my quads are still hurting just from that and bad pedal technique. But yeah, it was good fun. Very good fun. Man. And just shows that diversity of what you can do with the ladder format. And because the teams tend to stay together for a bit longer than maybe ZRL. There's a bit more movement around that. And I think, shout out to Coalition Xeon, who I think had 5 riders in the top 7, so whoop whoop. I thankfully brought their overall average down significantly, so I'll take that one up. But yeah, it was good fun, and they were all chatting about it afterwards. So there's quite good team cohesion and sort of conversations that are taking place, sort of that we're not all visible of. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And speaking of
more importantly, good banter in the chat too.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that should have been live streamed too. Yeah, just that. Hopefully it was. But speaking of FRR, though, we got to talk about the Matt Ladd Challenge, which is to do each one of the FRR stages plus an additional 1,200 meters of climbing. And we at least have, and I'm proud to say that Mark P has been joining Matt on these, and he rides for 4-star, and he's been crushing it, giving Matt some much-needed company on those lonely, lonely climbs. So they say it's lonely at the top. Well, now he's got some company. But so that's really cool. So shout out to Mark, who's been riding with Matt. And I hope either Rich buys you a T-shirt or you get a T-shirt or something like that. Because the Matt Ladd Challenge, I want to get one, but I want to participate in it first to do it. So that means I will probably do one stage of FRR, and then 2 days later try and hang out with Matt. but yeah, just to get through it. But and then I know we're getting close to the end of the episode. I know we're running close on time, but let's just touch real quickly the hot button thing about the Strava versus Garmin. Have you seen all this stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a legal expert, but
I am not either. But
it's this will be interesting to see how this plays out. I don't think this is going to go in Strava's favor.
Yes, I don't think so either.
No, and I don't quite understand. I've watched some of it and I've read some of the articles around it. I don't see why. I'm still struggling to see why Strava would kick this off in that way, because they've only them they're going to have problems with and lose from that perspective.
Right. Yeah. I don't get it either. I mean, and anytime you say like, I mean, for example, anytime you like, are like, hey, just, when you use the word Garmin is almost like, you say head unit or something, but if you just say Garmin, it's like Kleenex or something, or it's like just a generic term. Oh yeah. Just check it out on your Garmin, even if you have a Wahoo or a Hammerhead or something like that.
Yeah.
So
So for background and context, it's Strava had sued Garmin over some basically alleged patent infringement. So I think I don't know. It seems weird because they've had a long-standing partnership. So it almost seems like hey, I'm opening a door, dropping a grenade in it, and then running away. So I'm not really sure what the end game is here, but will be interesting to see how this plays out. I don't really have a strong opinion on it because I'm not like super well read in it, but it seems like an odd move. I'll leave it at that.
I'd definitely recommend to any viewers or listeners, because you're a multi-platform podcast nowadays. Check out DC Rainmaker's summary on it, especially on YouTube, because it's quite interesting. Garmin segments predate Strava. However, Strava are obviously looking to go public, aren't they? So there's a balance between it too, but it's not going to end well in the way that it's shaped. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah,
and I'll add that. I will add that link on there too, and just some just some other. So it's just thought. I know people are probably waiting for us to weigh in on it. So yeah. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I'm glad that we were able to. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so we got that covered. All right. So, but I do want to. We have a couple more feedback things from the Watopian Weekly people that I've got a couple messages about our updated formats. It's great to see and hear everybody for the people who are watching and everything. That's cool. And we got the aspect ratio fixed. And then someone put on there that I was doing a Will Arnett impersonation all last week, but I think I was just a little under the weather or something. But you know who Will Arnett is, right? From like he's Joe Bluth on Arrested Development and everything, and he talks like this. He does the Reese's Pieces commercials too. So how do you eat your Reese's? I don't think that sounds like. Does that sound like Will Arnett?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to watch last week's episode to comment on that. I must admit.
I don't know.
I didn't notice it when I did watch it, so okay.
Yeah,
I just disregard them.
Yeah, we did get the aspect ratio fixed, which is good. I had the wrong button clicked when I was exporting it, because James, on that initial episode that you and I were on, it was like tiny. So I don't know why. I was like, what happened? But anyway, I got it figured out now, so it should be okay. And with that, gentlemen, thank you both for being here. And I think we covered everything we needed to cover. Anybody have any other shout-outs? I got a shout-out to Epiphany. I got to. And Uniranium, the whatever, or Udamame. I don't know. But, go ahead. Anybody else got any shout-outs before we forget? Before we close out the episode?
Apologies. I might race with my ZRL team, not actually Captain Distortion at some point. But could be round 2 at this rate. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's going to be good. And Josh, you on Synoxium. I cannot pronounce any of these things, but
we named him that just for the express purpose that you couldn't pronounce it.
That I couldn't do it personally. That I can't do it for some reason. I just can't get it. Yeah. Anyway. Oh man,
you sound good. I'd like to take all of them in one go and see if it makes me feel any better.
Yeah, I know. They all sound like either diseases or those or some sort of like a pill that has very, very bad side effects. That Anyway, so thank you everybody for listening and for week after week. And be sure to check out the Discord. And you can always send us an email at watopianweekly@gmail.com. And someone on staff will get back to you soon. And with that, within 2 weeks. And so with that, everybody, we did it. We're on video, we're on audio, we're everywhere. Anywhere you like podcasts, that's where we're at. And you know what? We will see you in Watopia. Bye-bye. Yeah. Oh, cheers. Yeah, there we go. Woo.